field in which we all live and work and function has an average value of 130 volts per meter. There is a small but constant electric current coming down from the sky into the earth at all times that flows through every living thing. That electric current enters the top of every tree, flows down through the sap and into the earth through the roots. That electric current enters the tops of our heads, flows down through our acupuncture meridians, and into the earth through the soles of our feet. It is what gives us life, maintains our health, and regulates our biological rhythms. That current is part of the global electrical circuit that atmospheric physicists study. The electric current courses through the ionosphere above us, flows gently down through the atmosphere to the earth in fair weather, courses through the earth beneath our feet, and flows violently back up to the sky during thunderstorms. We pollute the global electrical circuit at our peril. Nobody is stopping to ask what 20,000 satellites located directly in the ionosphere, each one emitting digital pulsed millimeter wave radiation of up to 5 million watts. Nobody is stopping to ask what that will do to every living thing below. We are working on these problems, and by we, I mean I and cooperation with other people throughout the world, and in New Mexico, and in the United States. We're working on these problems at the national and international levels. Here in New Mexico, we are going to file a lawsuit in Santa Fe shortly, asking a judge to declare that any law passed by city, state, or federal government that deprives injured people of any remedy for their injuries, we're going to ask the court to declare such laws unconstitutional. That includes, specifically, an ordinance that was passed by the Santa Fe City Council 1 year ago, which says that antennas in the public rights-of-way within the city of Santa Fe are no longer subject to land use review. A law that was signed by Governor Martinez in March and is scheduled to go into effect on September 1st, which says that antennas in the public rights-of-way anywhere in New Mexico are no longer subject to land use review. And we're going to challenge Section 704 of the Telecommunications Act of 1996, which for the past 22 years has deprived injured people of any right to protest cell towers on the basis of health or to collect any damages if they are injured. This lawsuit has the potential for setting a nationwide precedent in a short amount of time, provided we raise enough money to pay for experts and lawyers. Please contact me afterwards, or call me, or email me if you want to help. We have a lawyer who gets how huge this lawsuit is, who is drafting the complaint right now, and who wants to file it by the end of August. An international appeal to stop 5G on Earth and in space has been drafted and will be released hopefully this week. I have been helping with that effort. Our goal is to get thousands of signatures of scientists, doctors, and environmental organizations all over the world, and to formally present the appeal in many languages to the governments of all nations by the end of September 2018. Also contact me afterwards, or call me, or email me later if you want to help with that project. My phone number and email address are on the handouts that I will give you. All of these efforts, our efforts here in New Mexico, lobbying efforts in Congress and in state legislatures around the country, class action lawsuits that are being filed in Canada and Australia, and the international appeal that we will present to every government. All of these efforts depend on the public. The telecommunications industry is the largest industry on the planet. No legislator, no judge, and no government official will risk damaging this industry and threatening the world economy unless the public rises up and lets them know that we do not want these products and services anymore. None of these efforts can succeed unless the monkey opens his fist. If you want to save yourselves and your neighbors and your children and all the birds and the bees and the butterflies and the frogs and the bats and the trees and the lowland gorillas and the pygmies and the villagers of Ituri province in the Congo, you have to throw away your cell phone. There is no more time for excuses. It has to start here, and it has to start now, and it has to spread from here throughout the world. I am distributing 3 articles that go into more detail about some of the things I have been talking about today. Let me pause for a minute, and I'll give you the 3 handouts, and you can pass them out. Thank you for the help. The first handout is Cell Phones, Questions and Answers, and is all about your cell phone. The second is titled From Blankets to Bullets, and is all about 5G. The third is titled Planetary Emergency, and is about 5G from space. I also have for sale I brought 16 copies of my book, The Invisible Rainbow, A History of Electricity and Life, which people can buy from me afterwards. It can also be ordered on my website, cellphonetaskforce.org. This book puts everything I have been saying into context and explains how we came to be in the fix that we are in today. It is a story that begins in the year 1746. Chapter 5 is about chronic electrical illness, otherwise known as anxiety disorder. Chapters 7 and 8 are about acute electrical illness, otherwise known as influenza. Chapter 11 is about heart disease. Chapter 12 is about diabetes. Chapter 13 is about cancer. Chapter 16 is about the birds and the bees and the forests. All of the proceeds from sales of my book are being spent on the effort to stop 5G. I will now stop and invite questions.